When new voters swing the 2023 election, welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Tijani Ahmed waves his brand new voter's card and points to his date of birth. He turned 18 in February and 2023 will be voting for the very first time. He rides a commercial tricycle in Abuja for a living. Every member of his family who could vote, according to him, voted for the Muhammadu Buhari and the All Progressive Congress in 2015 and 2019. We have voted for APC in Jigawa and we thought Baba was going to change things for the masses. We have not seen any change. Things have even gotten worse. The economy is so bad, the masses are suffering, he said in Hausa. Ahmed said he would likely vote for Rabiu Kwankwaso, the presidential candidate of the New Nigerian People's Party in next year's elections. Just weeks away, with the President Buhari constitutionally barred from contesting, Nigerians will be choosing a new leader in February, a fresh fate that will have to immediately confront an exhaustive collection of challenges, including rising poverty, unending insecurity, and an economy that is in doldrums. About 9.5 million are new voters, an example group that is expanding their electorate and could have a significant impact on the 2023 presidential elections. While the democratization of social media has created safe spaces for new voters to be better informed about candidates' policies and programs and to interrogate the narrative that the candidates push out to voters, it is clear that a battle ahead lies in the hands of the undecided swing voters as they would ultimately decide which candidate takes the lead to emerge as the next president. Less than 3 million votes determine who won the last presidential election. In 2019, the 2019 presidential vote, the incumbent Buhari of the All Progressive Congress defeated the People's Democratic Party (PDP) candidate Atiku Abubakar with 3,928,869 votes. 4 years earlier, in 2015, Buhari had propelled into office with a margin of 2,561,759 votes to defeat the then incumbent president Goodluck Jonathan. This aggregated data from the Independent National Electoral Commission show Nigeria's new voters represent the entire strata of the country's socio-economy. Of these new voters, 3,890,458, 40.87% are students, while 1,573,836, 16.54% are into business, while 1,161,911, 12.21% are housewives. The data further show that 1,139,141, that's 11.97%, are either farmers or fishermen, 474,726, 4.99% artisans, and 437,283, 4.59% traders. In addition, 225,167, 2.37% are civil servants, and 74,294, 0.88% are in the public service. Other economic group constitute 538,472, 5.66% of the new voting population. Findings from the African Polling Institute Business Day poll conducted in July 2022 show that 93% of respondents are interested in the coming elections, with 80% of the respondents having permanent voters' cards, PVCs, and 13% awaiting PVC collection. A December 2022 INEP Foundation poll conducted by NOI poll shows that 73% of respondents aged 18 to 25, 82% of those aged 26 to 35, 85% of those aged 36 to 45, 86% of those aged 46 to 60, and 82% of those aged 61 plus responded that they will definitely vote in the coming elections. The age groups that expressed the greatest willingness to vote were those between 36 to 45 and 46 to 60 years. The poll showed that almost 8 in 10 registered voters are absolutely certain that they'll be voting in the next presidential election. If they stay committed, then we could witness a huge turnout in the February presidential 2023 elections. With 40.87% of new voters being students and 76.56% being youth, issues relating to the youth, education and jobs are therefore likely to take center stage in this election. Skill development, higher education opportunities and jobs are going to be priority issues for many of these voters. For many of these voters, they are all areas in need of more resources and attention. Between February and October 2022, Nigeria public universities were shut down and academic activities were completely paralyzed after the Academic Staff Union of Universities called an industrial action to demand an improved welfare package for university lecturers and revitalization funds to improve the infrastructure and operations of federal universities. For 8 months, students in the country's state-owned universities stayed home twiddling their thumbs. It is most likely that most of the new voters, especially students who were either left at home during the strike or haven't been able to gain admission to public universities as a result of a strike, would vote to sanction the party in power for inefficiently managing the industrial action of the academic union. Employment will likely be the biggest issue for the new vote bank. Nigeria's unemployment rate hit a record of 33.3% in the last quarter of 2020, the second highest in the world. It is projected to rise further in 2023. The youth unemployed stand at 42.5%. 63% of persons living within the country, 133 million people, are living in multi-dimensional poverty, more people than in any other country. The World Bank says sluggish growth, low woman capital, labor market weaknesses, and exposure to shocks are holding Nigeria's poverty reduction back. Keen to vote for the first time, Nigeria's new voters can determine who becomes the country's next president. While it is certainly a numbers game, it is also clear that for most of the fresh voters, it is also an issue of issues. The issues will likely determine the numbers. Across the country, voters who have newly registered to vote are keen for the next government to grow the economy, tackle insecurity, and create jobs. For many new voters, the devastating economy and security situation in the country will be driving them to vote, to impose electoral costs against parties and identified politicians. 2033, we are going to see how everything now plays out. All right, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.